And this is my new aquaponics setup. Just going to be using this to try to grow some tomatoes and learn about aquaponics. And I've got about 15-20 goldfish in there right now, just sort of cycling the water. It's been pretty good. I've had no deaths. So basically grabbed an IBC tote, chopped off about a third of it, as you can see here from the top, put it on top. Use the top third for biomedia. And I've put some LED lighting up on the top, right above it, just as a first kind of stab at this. Planted some basil. It's recovering slowly. It was in a dirt plant, so I had to really disrupt the roots on those. These ones here I grew from seeds, so they're growing, which is cool. Those are tomatoes. I got San Marco tomatoes and Heirloom. Gee, I'm trying to remember the package here now, but anyways, it's the big ones. So I've got one of the big ones and I think 3 of the San Marcos in this one here right now. So basically the way that the whole system works is I've got a IBC tote, chopped a third off. So I've got about 600 gallons, sorry, not gallons. The whole thing's about 300 gallons, 600 liters, and about 200 liters, something like that. And I put myself a pond pump in the bottom, and just some conduit, electrical conduit, a couple of valves. Use some heat to bend that pipe over for the water intake. I've got a automatic feeder to save me running out here. Goes once per day, drop some in. And over here is a bell siphon. This was kind of interesting to learn about. Basically the way that this works is that inside there's water rises up until it kind of siphons out the air, and then it basically drains the whole tub. So the water comes in the top, the water level rises up, as you can see, and when it gets to a certain height, the bell siphon kicks in and it basically dumps the water back down into the bottom. So it's about half an hour or so cycle, twice per hour maybe. And so as the water's down, there's air being introduced into the roots because the water level has drained. And then as the water comes up, it gives it a watering, and it goes down again when the bell siphon kicks in and drops all the water. So I'll wait for it to get up to the top, and then I'll just add that to the video. This is just my little poker for moving things around. But forgot to mention, down in the bottom I put this just PVC pipe. There's a couple of fish that like to hide in there. So I got that in there. And then over here I've got a air stone, single air stone. And basically have that going 24/7. Looks pretty good. Keeps a ton of oxygen in there. Fish are never gulping for air. And then I've got a heater down here at the very back, which looks like the things fell off right there, the little things. But basically I've got an aquarium, I can't remember, 200 watt heater or something. So you basically keep the water at the right temperature. And as you can see, the fish are busy swimming around. Thick in there, that's for sure. And everything looks like it's doing pretty good, pretty healthy. I plan on changing out the fish to rainbow trout, or some kind of trout anyway. There's a local fish hatchery around here that I'm going to go grab the baby fish from, and I'll be adding them in. While I'm waiting for this thing to get close to filling, I forgot to mention that what is aquaponics? Aquaponics, I guess, is a mixture of hydroponics and I guess raising fish. The fish in the bottom tank are busily eating and pooing and urinating into the water, I guess, excreting, and they basically take this fish food in. So as an input into the system, it gets its proteins and everything else from the food that you put in the water, and then the fish eat that, and then they basically fertilize the water. The biomedia in the top bed here with the plants, the plants are sucking the nutrients out of the water, and the biomedia, the clay pellets, are I guess acting like a filter for the nutrients in the water. So when the water gets pumped up to the top section, it effectively filters the water, the plants take out the nutrients that it needs, and then clean water goes back down into the fish. So it is a symbiotic relationship, I guess that's what they call it. So the whole thing is it's one little biocycle that's happening. So the plants need the fertilizer that the fish produce, and the fish need clean water, which is the top bed and the plants filter for it. So that's how the whole system works. So the water level is getting pretty close to where it normally sits, or where the siphon kicks in here. So let's keep this here for a minute, and then once I see there's a little bit more water coming out now, you can see down below the water coming down from the siphons increasing. You can also see there's a couple spots where the water is kind of getting up to the top. You can hear that kicking in, so it doesn't take long once it gets up there. And it goes, maybe about 30 seconds max. You can see how fast it empties. And there you go, siphon's broken. It cuts in and out there at the very bottom just because it still drains some of the water, and then it sucks, it recreates the suction. It does it maybe about 8 times or something like that at the bottom, but it's been pretty consistent. It's been running like this for a good, well, I don't know, I haven't touched it in a month. So that's the system, that's how it drains. So sign off on the back wall, I've got a timer for the lighting. The pump runs 24/7. I don't know how much wattage is on the lights. I think I might need to add more lighting. I think with the LED strips, not quite enough on there. There is a fair amount, but it could be better. And yeah, so that's it. I'm going to sign off. If you have any questions, post them here in the video. Thanks. Bye.